All right, student workers, welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, we're going to get you guys pumped up. You guys are a little sluggish this morning, and we want to get you guys all ready for the day, so we're going to get you guys pumped up. All right, what we're going to do, you guys heard of rock, paper, scissors, right? You guys know the game? Rock, paper, scissors? Okay, rock, paper, and scissors, right? Okay, we're going to have a challenge. This is called Rock, Paper, Scissors Olympics, okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to start out at your tables, all right? Everybody's going to get a teammate. If you don't have a teammate, find somebody at another table, and we're going to do a rock, paper, scissors, okay? The winner of that game will move on to the next round. The loser is not a loser. You're going to become that person's teammate, okay? The goal is we're going to get down to 2 people. We get down to those 2 people, and the goal is you guys got to cheer them on, okay? If you lose a round, you got to be the biggest cheerleader for that person, all right? So you guys ready to play? Yeah. Come on, you ready to play? All right. Okay, everybody pair up. At the end, I want you guys, the last 2, and those teammates, whoever is your teammate, you need to follow them to the next person, okay? All right, and at the end, we're going to have 2 winners, all right? Well, you guys are all winners, but we're going to have 2 winners from Rock, Paper, Scissors Challenge, all right? All right, so find somebody. Does everybody pair it up? Find somebody. If you're not at table with somebody, you can go to another table. Everybody pair up, pair up. All right. We're going to start round 1. Round 1. Are you guys ready? All right. I'm going to go rock, paper, scissors. If you guys tie, you're going to have to do it again, all right? Everybody good? You guys know the game? All right. All right. Let's get started. Okay, the first game. Let's go. Rock, paper, scissors. All right. We have rock. All right. Keep going until somebody wins. All right, we have our winners. We have our winners. All right. Who are the winners for the first round? Raise your hand. All right. Who did not win that round? So I need you now to be that person's teammate. You're going to cheer them on, all right? So now the winner, you're going to find somebody else. Look behind you, look in front of you. It's time to get up. Get up, get up, get up. This is a good time to move around. Let's go. Let's go, let's move. Energy, let's go. Keep going until we get down to 2 people. Keep going. All right, cheerleaders, let's cheer them on. Come on, let's be their biggest supporter. Come on, encourage them. Let's go. Let's go. Keep going. You guys got to move the room, work the room. Work the room. I want you guys to start working your way up to the front. Let's go. I don't hear anybody cheering. Let's go. Cheer them on, encourage. Let's go. I want the final 2 up front. Come on, posse, cheer them on. Let's go. Let's find the winners. Keep going. Let's go. Final 2. I need you guys up front. Are we up to 2? All right, who are my final 2? Am I down to 2? I need y'all up here. The 2 winners, I need the 2 up here. I need 1 on this side, and I need the teammates behind them. 1 on this side, and I need the teammates behind them. This should be the whole room. Winning team, winning, everybody's on this side? Are these the people who didn't win? All right. Give you guys a round of applause. He's the winner right here. Everybody agree he's the winner? All right, so that was your first introduction to team building, okay? You guys know what team building is? So this is what you do when you work collaboratively together, okay? You build a team. So this was your first introduction. Thank you. But what I need more of is the enthusiastic, okay? So it's always best when you work in a team, you guys work together, and if someone's not doing well, you cheer them on, all right? So just think about that when you go onto your jobs. All right, thank you guys. You guys can have a seat. Okay. So welcome. So my name is Dale Applewhite. I'm program manager, and I'm coordinator for the Youth Employment Summer Success Program, or the YESS program. And I just want to welcome you guys. This is our 4th year. We're so excited. It's been 4 years since we've kicked off this program, and it continues to get better every year. So we are welcoming 106 local youths to this program this year. So give yourselves a round of applause. So I met many of you in this whole onboarding process, and I know it was lengthy and long, but unfortunately it's a long process. And that's why we start so early in the year. But I want to thank you guys for all of your diligence and getting all of the paperwork done. I know it was a lot, it was intense, but most of you guys did a great job. So give yourselves another round of applause for that. And so I also am here just to give thanks not only to you all for being here, but it was this takes a lot of work. Hiring 106 youth at one time, or anybody at one time, it's definitely a collaborative team effort. So I definitely want to thank all those who were involved, our staff, who we meet very early in the year, and we figure out, how many student workers can you take? So staff participate. And then a big component is our HR department. They are the ones who, they start the hiring process, they do all the onboarding, all of the paperwork. So I really, really want to thank the entire HR department for their collaborative effort in getting you guys hired and ready to come to work. And then also, I would like to thank our team. It's small, but we do a lot of work. Grant, somewhere around here. Grant, and then Joseph, who's our student worker supervisor. And then we have some student worker supervisors that also come in and assist coordinating all of this. It takes a lot of work and a lot of time and a lot of effort, and we could not do this alone. Like I said, it's a team effort. So I want to thank each and every one of you. With that being said, we are now going to move forward with our program. And I mentioned Grant, and I'm going to bring him up now. He is my supervisor, and he is going to give you just a short update or information about what the YESS program is. So welcome, Grant.
Well, good morning. First of all, let's do another big round of applause for Dale. She does all this. This is the 4th year in a row that we've hosted over 100 student workers in the summer. So we're super excited to be welcoming you all to the next year of the program. So I was actually sitting right where you're sitting almost 10 years ago, which is hard to believe, when I started as an intern in the mayor's office. This is January 2017. I had no idea what to expect, but I knew it was a great opportunity to learn, to try to absorb information, and to just, get on the inside and see how things work. And that's one of the primary goals of this program. I call it demystifying. I think people think a lot of, things happen behind closed doors that are, there's people who know what they're doing and everything's under control and everyone knows what, the answer to everything. But in reality, I think what you're going to find is it's just people. It's just ordinary people showing up to work, and trying to help people, trying to do a good job, trying to put on good programs, trying to keep the lights on, trying to keep the water running, and you can be a part of that. And when you look to your own future, when you look to your own, what you might want to do after you graduate, whether it's, college or getting a job here, we're always hiring at the city, the work is very straightforward, it's very clear. And the work is to support our community, to try to make our neighborhoods more beautiful, our parks more fun, more fun to play in. It's to make programs that are fun for seniors, that are fun for kids, that are fun for adults. It's doing all the things that make a city, that make a community fun to be in, that make our roads safe. And I think what you're going to find is behind all that are just normal people. And I think you're going to see yourself in that picture. And what I really hope is by the end of it, you are able to go back and tell folks about all the great work that we do here in the city. The city has over 1,000 employees, actually over 1,400 employees that are working every single day to keep the city running. Some of you are going to be working in public works. That department primarily deals with the infrastructure of our city, which means the roads, the street lights. If you've ever been frustrated by any of those issues you encounter on a daily basis, believe us, we're always hard at work trying to solve those problems. Some of you might be in our community services department, which puts on programming and runs our community centers, runs our parks. Some of you might be in information technology, which is supporting all the things you see behind us. So, there's a lot of parts that go into making a large organization work, and a key component of that is investing in who's going to follow us. Right. I am very fortunate and very lucky that the folks that hired me were willing to invest the time it took to have an intern. And I think all of you will find, this is a great opportunity, and you're lucky in many ways that we're able to get so many staff to dedicate so much of their limited time to really investing in you all. So I hope you feel that throughout this program. I hope you feel excited by that. There were hundreds of applications for this program, and we were only able to offer it to you. So we're trying to expand our program every single year, but there is always going to be constraints. So life is all about making good choices. I think you made a great choice by applying to this program. I think you are in the top percentile for having actually followed through, done all your paperwork. It may not seem like a big deal, but there's plenty of people who applied and didn't follow through, and you were the ones that did. So we're so excited to welcome you. We're so excited to offer you this opportunity, and I think we're going to have a brief video that will kind of give you a better sense than I could of what the program really looks like. And I'm just, this is just one of the best days of the year for me. I look forward to this every year. I look forward to seeing how everyone at the tables right now doesn't quite know each other, but you'll see in 5 weeks when we come back for the closing ceremony, everyone's going to be talking. Everyone's going to know each other. You're going to really get a lot of time together over the next 5 weeks. So I'm looking forward to that closing event, looking forward to graduating all of you, and just hope you have a great summer. Thank you very much.
I applied for the student worker program because I wanted to be involved with the city, and living in Stockton is a big part of who I am, so why not give back to where I live?
My support behind the program is immense. As a former educator, 31 years, I love this program and I wish we could expand it.
I just graduated and I'm about to go to college, so I kind of want to help pay off my tuition a bit.
It'll provide proof that I could work and have a job, a stable job. That would look good on the resume.
I honestly thought it was a really good opportunity. I heard it from other friends that did it. I'm going off to college and I wanted to spend my few months here before I go off in something that's meaningful.
I really want to do something productive during the summer.
I applied because I was having a difficult time getting my first job because I don't really have experience.
I always need experience for future jobs, and I feel like this is the best opportunity I can get.
I'm applied for this because Ms. Fugazi actually went in our class and told us that it's a really good opportunity to earn money and also have first-hand experience on how it is to work over the summer.
To gain a sense of community and be active with those around me. I think that this will be perfect for communicating to people and preparing me for the future. I wanted work experience. I wanted to get to know more people.
Hopefully a job in building computers or robots, because I like robots.
From this program, I really want to learn how to cooperate with others, especially regarding sports, since I'm interested in being a coach in the future. I wasn't really involved with the government of Stockton, so now I was I'm very involved right now.
The reason I applied to the student worker program was because I honestly wanted to challenge myself and give myself new work experience.
I saw that it was connected to school, and I was like, this would be really good for my college applications. Working in a community center, I want to learn how to work and be a leader because I want to grow up to be a teacher.
I applied to the YESS program just because of information technology, because I saw it was one of the requirements here.
I'm always really shy to talk to people, so I know this was going to help me in the future. It would give me something to do during the summer, give me money to basically help my parents, more experience, and help me gain more skills in future jobs and careers that I want.
To gain work experience, I'm looking for a first job.
I tend to be more on the quieter side, so I feel like this program will help me step out of my bubble and create connections that will help me later on in life.
I wanted to make money so that I can pay for college and get me an apartment.
I would like to be a coach for one of the little league teams, or just any kind of job in the athletics department of the City of Stockton.
I hope to gain communication, resume building, as well as what it takes to be responsible.
I think that it's important that we focus on the next generation. If we want to have great employees in the City of Stockton, then it's get people to come in and kind of experience what it's like to work for the City of Stockton.
But our kids need to have these real life experiences. They need to learn how to communicate outside of their phones. That can't be the way they communicate with everybody.
A typical day is just filing papers, scanning papers, and naming files.
It's mostly files, but I feel like that's good since you get to see what the city actually does.
Looking at spreadsheets, work with our supervisor to look at the ADUs,
being at the front desk and checking everybody in when they come in.
Typical day, come in at 9, do some flyers, then we go out around 10, we pass them out, just help around the community.
Setting up, finishing whatever training I have, and then doing the tasks that are assigned to me.
Typically, we come to a park, any park around the city, and we help paint the benches.
Normally I'm sitting at the summer reading program table, handing out the flyers.
I'd probably watch the kids for a bit, and then I'd clean.
Cleaning the area and working with the kids.
Going out to a park, seeing what needs to be done, and knocking it out.
Organizing files, talking to individuals and how their work is.
Watching the kids play Connect 4, doing the carousel, and riding the train.
Teaching them how to play baseball, where the bases are at, teaching them how to throw.
I learned a lot of communication skills because I'm talking a lot. I learned time management because when we work, we have time slots to get things done.
I learned to be more social, professional, outgoing, organized.
I'd say the real job is to introduce them to a different facet of their life.
They taught me how to paint, and now I like painting. So it feels like making a difference now and making it brand new, and knowing I did it, I feel like it's good. It's a good feeling.
I learned to be more on time, more responsible.
Being on time, all that stuff, the key things you need for other jobs.
I learned a lot of social skills. You got to be very open and be able to talk to people without having fear.
I learned how to stay calm in stressful situations.
Kind of showed them a little bit of everything, the planning, the hands-on, being in there with the kids, the paperwork side of it, the boring side of it.
Wiping hard drives, debugging stuff, maybe helping around in the lab.
It'll benefit me in the future because I do plan to have an office job. I'm majoring in psychology. I kind of wanted to go into HR. That's the whole reason why I chose this one. We all have groups and assigned roles, and we get to work so we can finish up faster and move to different parks. I get to read with kids and help them who are going into second or third grade.
It'll definitely give me the work experience and how it's gonna feel to work.
I could describe my experience as eye-opening. I feel like it opened a lot of doors for me. I could put that on my resume that I've worked and I have that type of experience, whether it be at MUD or in an office, working with the mayor.
Meet up with the rest of our workers. We get a set plan that we need to do from the day, and then we execute that plan.
I was here in 2023, and I had a blast. My main goal back then was to come back.
I've learned a lot and also grown as a person because everyone here is just very kind to each other, and they depend a lot on each other too.
This experience benefits me in the future because I'm thinking about what career path I would like to go into, and I'm seeing all the options I have.
My experience has been great so far. All the people I work with, the other student workers, they've been great to me. I made some new friends here. It's been a great experience. I went to trips out with the mayor, such as the state of the city and to the McKinley Pool opening.
So this experience will benefit me because I actually want to become an educator. I feel like it really allowed me to grow more confident and more open in talking to people.
Just making a difference, making the parks look good. I feel like it's a good experience.
My experience so far in the program, I've really liked it. I feel like here at Van Busker, it's like a family.
They are like a breath of fresh air to have some help around here. They've never complained about anything I've asked them to do. They've had a great attitude the whole time.
My favorite part has to be the people here. Most of the seniors are pretty nice to me. They're really lovely to talk to. Working with the mayor, working with the other people, and making an impact in the community. Interacting with the kids. They're really cute, they're really friendly, and it's just really good energy.
The collaborative environment, and I get to talk to other people, communicate, get to know people. I really like that.
Playing with the kids and talking to my coworkers, being able to go out into the community, being able to see people, help people, and let them know that we're here for them.
They actually made an Instagram video reel with me. It was pretty cool to have them participate in that.
I get to interact with a wide variety of ranges, from kids to older adults. Making activities for events like Ultra Friday Night or summer program.
Seeing the smiles on every kid's face after you even just do the smallest thing for them.
My experience so far was amazing and fun. I'm just hoping to work here again. I literally love working here.
I love being able to give back to the students and seeing how much they've grown as leaders, seeing how much this program has refined them and has given them possibly their first job experience.
This department has really opened my mind and my eyes to what it takes to manage a city.
I'm very excited when I get to work with them because it gives me the opportunity to show them what we do on a daily basis, that libraries are very much alive.
The schedule for sure, waking up early, going somewhere, working, and then coming back feeling accomplished for the day. I feel like, I'm gonna miss that.
My team, they treat me like any other coworker here. My supervisor, super helpful, super welcoming as well.
It makes me so happy because I have a home outside of home, It really makes me look forward to work, honestly.
You might not learn anything technical working in these jobs. The thing that you can take away, though, are soft skills that will help you with any job.
You learn so much in just a short amount of time, and you get to meet people who could be a reference for their future jobs or career.
Don't be afraid to work in office jobs because it's not as boring as you may think.
Definitely put themselves out there and get acquainted with coworkers so that you're not just by yourself.
Use your networking to your advantage because that will help you in the long run. Be kind and really put yourself out there because you don't want to have a bad demeanor.
This is a one-of-a-kind thing, and when it lands on your lap like a silver plate, you have to go for it.
You get to work for the city, you get paid, it's over the summer, so you don't have to worry about school. Go for as soon as the applications apply.
They have the power to make it where they want to make it in life. They just got to keep going.
I started with a program like this, not this program specifically. Take advantage of this program because it's a great program. Come to work with a positive attitude. I think that's what helps the day go better.
You always, feel special every time you come to, that area, town, or park, and you remember hey, you know what? I was painting that park last year, and you see how people are enjoying it.
Don't second guess it because maybe, if you second guess it, it might be really what you really need to do.
You guys, believe it or not, do make a difference. Take pride in the work that you've done.
I'd probably tell them to carefully read the descriptions and stuff like that because, some jobs aren't really what they seem.
Do whatever that sets your heart and your mind to. Don't let anyone discourage you.
Don't knock it till you try it. If you apply for community center, you're going to do a lot of talking. It's good practice.
It's also a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Not every individual could say they work with their city, so why not take the opportunity and apply?
Collaboration, communication, working with other people, that That's how we form community. And I want more of that for the city of Stockton. And these kids, they're just the first step in making those things a reality.
And now, I will introduce my boss, the city manager of the City of Stockton, Johnny Ford.
Thank you, Grant. Good morning. Now, you just saw that great video. Let me ask you a question. Today's first day of work? Oh, great then. So I'm not going to take too long because I want to make sure you get a chance to actually work today. But I do want to use this time to welcome you to the City of Stockton, but also want to use this opportunity as a recruiting time for me. And I'll give you a prime example. We need police officers. We need firefighters. We need folks working, young people working in public works. We need people working in animal control, dispatching. We have all kinds of positions open with the City of Stockton. And let's start with firefighters. You know, we have firefighters making over $100,000 a year. And right now, we are getting ready to graduate a group of firefighters out of the academy, and we will be looking for another class. Same thing with police officers. We just introduced what we call police aides. And police aides is recruiting process for 18 to 23-year-olds. We had 10 positions that were available. We had over 200 young people to apply for those positions. So as you work this summer, keep your eyes and your ears open for available positions because we do have them and we have them a lot. And you heard earlier about people that start with this program that are now city employees. Hopefully, next year at this time, we will be able to say 10 of you, at least 10 of you graduated out of this class and is now working for the City of Stockton. That's the goal. Can I get an amen with that? Okay. Once again, welcome. Enjoy your summer. And once again, we're going to get you to work as soon as possible. Thank you. Have a good day.
Next on our agenda, we're going to invite Mayor Fugazi.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. I know that you just ended school probably last week, yes? And you had to get up bright and early today. You didn't get what? You got 2 days to sleep in, Saturday and Sunday. So you need to make sure that you understand what this is all about. Yes, this is a job, but it's much more than that. This is an opportunity, as it was said earlier, to meet people, but the bigger thing is, as well as soft skills, you're gonna find out what you like and what you don't like, what you might be interested in doing and what you know you don't wanna do. So last year when I went out to mud is where if it's brown, flush it down. If it's yellow, let it mellow. Anybody heard that before? Probably not, it just went over all your heads, but that's where your poop goes. Your poop goes out there, IT was out there were people out there working, and I will tell you, because of the material that's out there, see, I got some smiles, I got some laughs out there. Because of the material that's out there, kids were limited as to what they could do. So when I went out and visited, they were washing windows. How many of you enjoy washing windows? Yeah, none of you, right? So they were like, oh my gosh, I don't ever want to do this job again, wash windows, because they couldn't do the mud kind of work. Then I was out with some of the public works employees who were literally shoveling dirt. Terrence was up there. Terrence Snipes was a former student of mine. Actually, a lot of them were former students of mine that were up there. And they had this huge pile of dirt that they were shoveling because it was going into the park and it was going to make our park look better. It was mulch. It would help the flowers grow. But it was a long, hard day. Luckily, I brought him some donuts to give him some energy for that. With our HR department, you guys probably, human resources, you went through it for onboarding. There were a number of students who were working there who then said, hey, this is what I want to do. Working in Parks and Rec, another great avenue for you. And then some of the kids were working in my office. But again, take this opportunity, make sure that you show up on time, that you comb your hair, brush your teeth before you come, because this is a real job. You guys are getting paid way more than I got paid with my first job. I think I got like $3.10. But of course, that was many years ago. So when you get to your location, when you get to your spot, most of us are probably going to be in the new city hall working. And you'll be close enough to others to get together, go outside, talk about what you've learned. You can eat your lunch, whatnot. But make relationships with others, because there's something called LinkedIn. Has anybody heard of LinkedIn before? Okay. You guys need to be building your base now. You need to be building your references now. You need to get your letters for your scholarships, for other jobs. All that stuff you could be getting this summer. So take advantage of every single minute, every single day that you're in this program, because you beat out 1,000 other kids. Actually, it was more than 1,000 kids. Last year it was 1,400 kids that applied for this job, and only 100 got it. So count yourself as being blessed, and again, take advantage of the opportunity. And then have fun. Make sure you have fun. And again, no, I don't ever want to wash windows again, okay? Or, yeah, I want to work in IT and I want to be able to build systems for municipalities like Stockton so that they work more efficiently for everyone. So I'll just leave it there, but again, on time, be on time. If you have questions, don't be afraid to ask. There are no dumb questions. There are no dumb questions. Ask it. Don't miss on the opportunity either, because somebody else in your group might have that same question, okay? And then get in to LinkedIn, build your platform now, and add people. You guys could all have 100 people in your LinkedIn right now if you go ahead and you mingle and meet others, okay? So, make it a great day, everyone. Bye.
Thank you. Another round of applause for our city manager and our mayor. Thank you, guys. So this program, Youth Employment Summer Success, or our YESS program, we are really, really fortunate to get grant funded for this program. And then our grant provider is California Volunteers. And so this is just a brief introduction of what you guys are. You guys are City of Stockton employees, but you're also Youth Service Corps members. And this little short video will show you just a little bit about California Volunteers and the Youth Service Corps.
As a Youth Service Corps member, I am proud to serve alongside local leaders in solving real challenges and building healthier, more equitable communities. Youth Service Corps gives underserved youth professional experience while engaging us in meaningful community action around public service, climate action, and food insecurity. This program helps get young people from diverse backgrounds on track to be productive members of the workforce. Youth Service Corps members not only receive money, but they also receive essential wraparound services like mentoring, resume preparation, job training, and other benefits to help ensure our short and long-term success. What are you waiting for? We need your energy and we need your passion to help create a California for all. Learn more about California Service Corps programs and apply at caservicecorps.com.
So the young lady in that video is actually one of our student workers, Isabella Parada. So she was able to actually promote the Youth Service Corps. And speaking of Youth Service Corps, we have a representative from Youth Service Corps today, and I just want to bring him up. This is Josh Lord. He's a Youth Service Corps director. and he's going to give you a little input or information about California Volunteers. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Dale. Great to be here. Really excited to be. I think this is the fourth one I've been at, and it's been really inspiring to see this program continue to succeed over the past couple of years. So I'm going to assume that most of you have not heard of California Volunteers before today, and that's okay. So I'll give you a little bit of background on us. So we're the state agency that's responsible for fostering civic engagement and service across the state. As part of that, we fund a series of different programs, including this one, but I want to give you a little information about our other programs in case after this you decide that you like serving your community and want to find a different way to give back. So if you're going off to college next year, we have a program called the College Corps that gives you $10,000 for volunteering while you're a student. We have the Climate Action Corps that helps communities take climate action. It's a full-time position for a year. And then we fund AmeriCorps programs throughout the state. So the program you're in right now is a Youth Service Corps program. And there are 26 programs across the state with very, very similar programming. So very excited that you are all giving back to your community and that you have decided to take the first step in your career. So thank you all for being here and really excited for your continued success. Thanks a lot.
All right, so what we like to do in these orientations, your breakouts, your kickoff sessions, is we like to bring you really unique stories. Stories that are relatable and that stories that can encourage you and inspire you as you are, going through your 5 weeks here. So we brought today Coy Starks, and so it is a privilege to introduce a leader whose passion for service and youth empowerment has made a lasting impact across California. Coy Starks, he's the owner and director of marketing at Take One Marketing, a Sacramento-based direct marketing company with more than 20 years of experience in flyer distribution, graphic design, printing, GPS track delivery, and local advertising. Coy's connection to the youth employment started right here. He was a member of a youth employment summer program here in the city of Stockton. And that was his first job where he earned his first real paycheck, giving him an early introduction to work, responsibility, and the value of earning his own money. He later went on to build Take One Marketing from the ground up and is serving thousands of clients across Northern California. Over the years, his company has handled campaigns of all sizes, from 5,000-piece neighborhood campaigns for lost dogs to major public and political awareness campaigns, including work connected to Maria Shriver during the time Arnold Schwarzenegger was serving as governor. Coy's professional background includes a hands-on experience in sales, marketing, printing, design, distribution, route planning, team management, verified campaign reporting. He is known for his practical problem-solving, persistence, and building marketing systems that help businesses and organizations reach people directly in their neighborhood. That's a lot, but without further ado, I'd like to introduce Mr. Coy Starks.
Hello, everyone. Good morning. First of all, I want to start off, and I want to say that I humble myself before you and God. I'm not here to impress you. I'm here to impress upon you the potential of this opportunity that you guys have here with this YESS program. I sat here right now, and I listened to all the people talk, and I watched the videos of all the students from the years prior, and I'm like, okay, I wasn't far off base or anything with my presentation. I'm like, you guys got it good. I started a long time ago, 40 years ago, I was right here. And my wife was in the program too. So it's a good program, and you guys are fortunate to have this opportunity. So 40 years ago, I was basically right here. Young kid in Stockton, no job, no money. We had love and the streets. And so 40 years later, here I am, full circle. And I come to tell you what I've learned, what I've been through, and just give you a little bit of advice. It's up to you if you take it or not. I've been where you got to go. I've been where you don't want to go, that's for sure. When I started 40 years ago, right here, they gave me a job. I wanted a job. I wanted to make some money so I could buy things like my friends had, shoes, clothes, cologne, whatever, go to the mall, play video games. That's what we did back then. So I got a job, and my wife said, it's one thing for certain, two things for sure. You guys are gonna find out what you like and what you don't like. So when I got my job, we went to school for 4 hours in the morning time, and then in the afternoon, we went to work. We worked at Stagg High School out there on the north side. We did janitorial work, sweeping, mopping, and then we cleaned the bathrooms. Yeah. I had to clean the girls' bathroom. No likey. So Mayor was right. You'll find out what you like and what you don't like. The thing about it is I had a negative attitude. And attitude is everything. So every time I went to work, it was like I was kicking rocks. Man, I don't want to do this. I don't want to be here. You know, I wanted that money, but the stuff that I had to do, I didn't want to do it. No likey. So just like when you go to school, they teach you math in class. Everybody took math, right? Some people like math, some people are good at it, some people don't like math. I didn't like math. But either way it goes, everybody in here, you guys can all count. You can count to 10, you can count to 50, you can count to 100. You can count your money in that paycheck that you guys are getting ready to get. That math skill that you learn in school is transferable, just like the energy that you have and the attitude that you have when you go to do this job. That's why attitude is everything. You can show up to work like I did because they got you doing something that you don't like or something that you don't want to do. You'd rather be at home or with your friends or whatever. But you got to fake it till you make it sometimes. You can't let people know that something's bothering you, that it's getting your goat. You just fake it till you make it and you push through. I know that now. That's what I come to tell you guys about. I didn't know that then. So I had my little negative attitude, and you reap what you sow. So my negative attitude and my negative energy, yeah, I took that, and what it got me was the hard way. The hard way, yeah. I went the hard way, I went the wrong road. I made a left turn when I should have made a right. Sometimes when you're walking down the street of life, you might see a big old hole in the ground. You don't know no better. It's your first time. You fall into the hole. The hole is dark, cold, wet, muddy. Well, you climb out the hole, you're on the other side. Next day, you walk down the street again, you see that hole. You gonna fall in that hole again? I did. I didn't learn. I did it 2 or 3 times. But now when I see that hole in the street, I go around it, I go over it. Matter of fact, if I see that hole, I go on a different street. I learned my lesson. Before I learned, it was a mistake. But when you learn and you don't make those mistakes no more, it's not a mistake anymore. It's a lesson. So I made a turn. I turned away from doing bad things to make money. Everything I did was money motivated. Because I wasn't working a job, I decided to get my money in the streets. So I was always money motivated. I just was focused in the wrong way. So I finally got my stuff together. I made the change. I turned around. I went legit. I started working. I had goals. I had dreams, ambitions, like you guys do, I'm sure. But your goals, or your dreams, your ambitions, your wants, your desires, they're just things. You gotta have a why to drive you to go get those things. Your why should be strong. It could be love, it could be family, it could be to take care of your family, whatever it is. Or it could just be to have nice things and live a better life. But your why, it's really, really important, because your why is what's gonna drive you to get out of bed and get that bread when you don't want to. When you don't feel like getting up in the morning and going to work, that why is what's gonna get you up out of that bed and get that bread. So your why has to be strong enough to propel you through the journey. You guys are young adults at the beginning of your journey right now. And looking back at you is like looking back in time. And I could see myself. You don't know what you don't know. And you guys are at the beginning, and you're gonna find out. Oh, this is part of my why, my family. Because when you're in jail, you get to see them through the glass if somebody comes to see you. And I didn't, no likey. So I don't do things I don't like no more. And I don't do jail anymore. And this is my reason why. I got a few questions for you guys. I want to get you guys involved. Wake up. How many of you guys have goals? Let's see a show of hands. All right, that's what's up. Everybody, not everybody, but some of you guys have been thinking about it. Okay, how many of you have a plan to reach those goals? Okay, everybody that has a plan to reach those goals, keep those hands up. Keep those hands up for a second. Raise them up a little bit higher so I can see, please. Now, how many of you that have a plan to reach your goals are willing to do something that you don't want to do? Now, if you don't want to do it, if you want to do something that you don't want to do to reach your goals, if you will, keep your hands up. If not, put your hands down. All right, you guys can put your hands down now. Thank you. That's what life is filled up with. You got to do what you don't want to do so you can do what you want to do. How many of you guys, just one more question, raise your hands. How many of y'all wanted to be here this morning, wanted to get up out of bed and come to work? Some of y'all keeping it real. I didn't want to be here either. I could be at home with my wife, kicking it. They got a whole bunch of channels on the TV. Or I could be working because the work gets done whether I'm here or not. Yeah, I had places that I wanted to be too. But this is a privilege for me to be here in front of you guys. 40 years later, I'm coming back, and I get to speak to you guys. And the good part for me is that I made something out of my life. I didn't just keep messing up and falling in the same hole over and over and over again. But it's okay if you guys make a mistake, as long as you turn around and learn from that and make it a lesson. I figured out work where I could understand it. To me, work is pick up, put down, push, pull. No matter what you do, no matter where you at, that's what it is. Pick up, put down, push, pull. If you go get a job at the shipping company that ships packages, you're going to pick up, put down, push, pull boxes. If you go get a job at the hamburger joint, you're going to pick up, put down, push, pull hamburgers. For 18 years, I picked up, put down, push, pull flyers. Flyers, menus, brochures, door hangers, business cards, walking in the hot sun, big houses, big yards, dogs chasing you. I'm like the self-made mailman passing out flyers. But that's what I learned. Work is pick up, put down, push, pull. And so when I started working at places and I figured that out, I'm like, oh, pick up, put down, push, pull, huh? But I don't like it here. So I went somewhere else. Pick up, put down, push, pull. I don't like it here. And I went somewhere else. And I finally found a place where I could pick up, put down, push, pull, and I could do it good. That place, I was at a metal fabrication place. And I started there at $9 an hour. And I worked real hard. I worked real hard because I cared and because I had a reason. We was trying to buy a house. I had just got out of prison. I got a wife and 3 kids to take care of. They like to eat food. So I was working so hard that the other workers started telling me to slow down. And I was like, man, I think you need to get out of my face with that because I'm trying to do the right thing over here, you know? I started that job at $9 an hour. 30 days later, the boss came and he gave me a $1 raise. He said, don't tell nobody. He said, I'm gonna give you a $1 raise. I'm at $10 an hour. 30 days later, he came. He said, I'm gonna give you another $1 raise. I'm at $10 an hour, $11 an hour. 30 days later, moved me up again. Now I'm at $12 an hour. 30 days later, he came to me, he said, I can't give you another raise, but you can work all the hours you could eat. So now I'm working 12 hours a day, 6 days a week. Company slowed down, they started laying people off. That's when I found out what the word expendable means. It was that guy's business, and I didn't make the cut, they laid me off. But you know what? Everybody there wanted a raise. Just like I used to want raises back in the day. But when I used to ask for a raise back in the day, they would tell me no. And they'd come up with an excuse that I didn't believe, didn't understand, no likey-likey. But you see that place right there that I just told you about? I got 3 raises and I didn't ask for 1. You know why? Because I was working. I was working hard and I had a reason. I didn't just have a reason, I had several reasons why to work hard. That's what drove me. I used to out-weld the robots. I used to weld 1,500 parts a day. The robots did 7 and everybody else welded 3. That's why they was telling me to come slow down. I was making them look bad. Anyways, it was still just work. Pick up, put down, push, pull. So I went and got another job after that. Same thing with the money though, but a little bit different. This job, he says, I'm gonna hire you at $16 an hour. But when I got there, it's $12. So I'm walking around there. I couldn't shake my negative attitude. I'm walking around there. They hiring other people, firing other people, and you still paying me what I felt like was chump change. I felt like I'm worth more. I do 3 men's work. I can out-weld a robot. So one day the owner's son came and talked to me and he was like, hey, Coyda, seems like you got an attitude. Seems like you got a chip on your shoulder. Is everything all right? And I'm like, no, it's not all right. Your dad said he was gonna give me $16 an hour and I'm at 12. And he was like, I tell you what, you give me 2 years and I guarantee you'd be making $28 an hour. I said, oh yeah? I said, all right. I said, I'm gonna show you what I got. I blew out my back that day and never worked for nobody ever again. You gotta get your hands dirty. When I was young, I worked at a place right here in Stockton, sharpening saw blades. It was a dangerous job, because if you don't pay attention, when you putting the saw blade into the machine to sharpen it, you can cut your fingers off, go home with 3 fingers. So one day I'm working at that job and the boss said, he said, hey, I need you to work through lunch. And I said, okay. So I worked through lunch. When I got done, I was like, hey, I did that job. I was like, can I go take lunch now? He was like, nah, that's what I meant, work through lunch. I'm like, oh, okay, so I don't get to eat. All right, it's cool. So the next day I found out that I made $13 for that 2 hours, and they made 5 G's, $5,000. So I went to the boss. I'm like, hey, boss. I said, you know the saw blades I sharpened the other day? I said, I heard you got 5 G's for that. I said, I think I deserve a raise. $13, 5 G's. I'm like, don't add up. He says, all that money doesn't go in the boss's pocket. He said, we got to pay for machines, insurance. I'm like, yeah, but I still think I deserve a raise. I almost cut my finger off, you know? He says, well, if you don't like it, you can go start your own business, and you can run it any way you want. Yeah. And I do. I treat people how I want to be treated. But I also know what I learned. So if you get your hands dirty with work, and I don't mean literally, but just care and actually work and do the work, you don't gotta ask for a raise. See, actions speak louder than words. People can tell who you are by your actions. They can tell if you care or not. They can look, they can see. So get your hands dirty first. Don't be hiding in the bathroom, taking the shortcut. Somebody tell you to do 100, you do 90. There is no shortcuts. You guys are creating habits right now. This is your first job. You want to create good habits, because the habits that you create now, you may carry them the rest of your life. They transfer, kind of like the math, kind of like the negative energy. I've been where you don't got to go. Folsom Prison, New Folsom Prison, Old Folsom Prison, Tehachapi Prison, and fire camp. That's what I did instead of going into the Army. Sometimes life takes you where you don't want to go. And that's what it did with me. But I learned things there. Remember that negative attitude I had? Well, now I'm in jail. And I had a positive attitude. I faked it until I made it. I did the best I could and made the best out of it. And then when I got home, I could work a job. And the job, I don't like it. Because I didn't like prison, but I made the best of it. I didn't get in trouble in there. I was good, I programmed, and I came home to my family. So now when I go work, when I have a job from somebody else, if I don't like it, I make the best of it. I push through it. I fake it till I make it because of my why. Whether you're in a situation that's good or whether you're in a situation that's bad, just make the best of it while you're there. Because guess what? Nothing lasts forever. This too will pass. This is the attitude that you should have. It's a quote from Martin Luther King, and it's not the I have a dream speech. It says, if you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But whatever you do, keep moving forward. And that's what you guys got to do. When you get into a situation, if you don't like it, just push through it and do the best you can. And let your actions speak louder than your words. And the next thing you know, it'll be over and you'll be done moved on. You can do it, and you can do it with a negative attitude, or you can do it and you can do it with a positive attitude. In the end, you're going to reap what you sow. So it's best to do it with a positive attitude, but you guys got the choice. Now I got a couple of more questions for you, but you guys don't got to raise your hands on this one. So everybody, when you get done with work, what you going to do when you get done? Hang out with your friends? Play some video games, social media? I don't know what you guys do today. Talk on the phone? Maybe research your employer, your position, the other positions, the pay rate. I just heard 2 or 3 people say that they was in this program and now they work for the city. That's what I would look up, what positions they got, how much money they make, what I got to do to get there. And then I start talking to them. Hey, I think I want to do what you do. It doesn't matter if you picked A, it's okay. It doesn't matter if you pick B or C. Each one is a seed. When you plant that seed, it's going to grow. Sooner or later, that seed is going to turn into a tree, and the tree will bear fruit. Everybody likes to eat. We got to eat to survive. So everybody that picked A, you're going to eat friends. That's what the tree will bear. If you pick B, well, you got B. When that tree grows, you're going to have the fruit from that tree. You're not going to want to eat that either. But C, when the tree grows from C, the fruit that comes from C, you can eat that fruit. That's the one you want to do. But again, you got the choice. See that little thing right there before I move forward? This is what we use to punch the holes in the pieces of paper to make door hangers. We used to punch 5 sheets of paper at a time, and then put the little circle hole in there, and then we would cut the slit with scissors. We did that for years. We got calluses on our fingers and all kind of stuff. You see that? Now that job sucked. It really did, because I stopped doing it and started paying people to do it. That's how you know it did. But this is the thing. I still had a good attitude about it. I didn't stop. It needed to be done, and my why kept me going, because this is how I made money to feed my family. Now, I had a good attitude about it, and I stuck with it. And that seed grew into a tree, and that tree was a Heidelberg windmill printing press. And we didn't have to punch holes with a hole puncher by hand, 5 sheets at a time anymore. We didn't have to cut the slits. I could just load the paper into the machine, turn it on, and sit down and watch it work while I sipped a cup of coffee. But it took a long time to get there. You see? But I reaped what I sowed. I planted seeds. I kept a good attitude. I watered them, kept a good attitude, and then boom, I got a machine that does the work. I don't got to pay nobody. And I can sip coffee while I'm watching it work. Yeah, but you see? So I started this business 20 years ago. I just got out of trouble again. As a matter of fact, I was on my knees pulling weeds at work project. And I said, I'm not going back to the game. I'm not doing dirt no more. But I sold all my toys, everything. I said, man, God, what am I going to do? I need money. God said, start a flyer business. I said, how? With what? He said, you got paper? I said, yeah. He said, you got printers? I said, yeah. He said, start a flyer business. So I made a little flyer. Your business can be seen by thousands for pennies. Call me. I took that flyer, I shrunk it. I put it on 4 pieces, on 1 piece of paper, and then when you cut it, now I got 4. So I printed 500 sheets, and then boom, when you cut it, now I got 2,000. I got on my son's bike, my wife, she got on our daughter's bike. We went out at 10 o'clock at night. We put a flyer on every business in Elk Grove. The next day, the phone rang. I walked into that business. I never talked to a business owner before. I had a manila folder, 3 sheets of paper that were blank, and a pen, and I talked slow. I walked out with a $300 check and a 6-month contract. And I said, yeah, it's on. Nothing is as it seems. What the eyes see and the ears hear, the mind believes. But nothing is as it seems. You guys are here. This seems like it's just a job. No, it's more than a job. That's what I'm trying to impress upon you. It's an opportunity. I'm probably sitting here right now talking to the next mayor or the next city manager. And if I am, remember me and get some flyers. But I probably am. That's what I thought when I was sitting there listening to these people speak. And I'm like, you guys, the opportunity that you have, the potential just got even greater. This is a long ways from when I was cleaning toilets. Nobody came and told me, hey, we probably gonna hire 10 of y'all to come work for the city when we get done. Oh yeah, and the fire department is making 100 grand a year. They hiring over there too. You guys got a good opportunity here. And the potential is great. But it doesn't seem like that right now, because right now it seems like that little hole puncher thing that I was punching the holes with 5 sheets of paper. That's what it seems like right now. But the potential is like that big machine that I had where I could sit down and I don't got to do it no more. Like you could be the mayor in 10 years from now. That's the potential. Never underestimate something small like this job, or never underestimate something small like the job that I had when I was in the YESS Plus program. A guy called me one day and he says, hey, I got a flyer, but I want you to do some revisions for it. Just make a few changes. I said, okay, I'll do it. He said, how much? I said, $25. I did it. He was happy. He came back 3 days later. He said, hey, I got 6 more flyers I want you to redesign for me. I redid them, sent them back. He paid me. He came back about a week later and said, hey, I got 12 more pages I want you to redesign. I did it. He paid me. And then he called me and said, hey, I need you to drive out here to Rockland. I want you to meet somebody. I drove out there. I met the guy. He handed me a big old binder. It was this thick, that big. It had a CD-ROM. That's when you put the CD in and it opens up on the computer and you can go through the menu. It had a DVD-ROM with a movie, with menu titles and all that stuff. It was booklets in there, like 10 booklets. It had checkbooks in there. It had forms that opened up this big. He says, can you do this? I said, yeah. Can I take it home for a few days, check it out? He said, yeah. I came back a few days later. I said, here's your proposal. It's $25,000 to recreate everything, then $25,000 to print it. He wrote me a check for 50 G's. This ain't even flyer distribution. Now, what if I would have said no when that guy called me to do those revisions for that flyer? It was only $25. I won't work for less than $50 an hour. What if I had said no? I would have missed out on that opportunity. That's what they mean when they say take advantage of this opportunity that you guys got here. You can't take advantage of it yet because you ain't got out there yet. But when you get out there, how do you take advantage of it? They didn't tell you how. I'm going to tell you how right now. All you got to do is one thing. Care. If you care, it will show. If you care and it shows, guess what it's going to show in the form of? Action. Because your actions speak louder than your words. That's all you got to do is care. Now, I told you, I used to do bad things to make money, and I'm not proud of that. I used to be in the newspaper and on the news, but I turned my life around. Now, the newspaper and the news, they cover the stories that I do, and it's good stuff. I don't even got to call them to come sometimes. They just show up. And this one right here, in this event, they showed up because we was passing out a lot of flyers, a lot of coupons, pizza coupons, food coupons. That's a lot of coupons. You got to be passing out a lot of coupons for the news to show up. You know what I mean? And here I am now, 20 years later, because I didn't quit. When the job sucked, we just kept pushing. When I didn't want to do it, we just kept doing it. But it's not what you do, it's how you do it. So you can, like with me, when I tell people, when you come pass out flyers for me, you can be kicking rocks like I was back in the day. Man, I don't want to do this. I don't want to be here. It's going to show. It's going to show. So have a good attitude. Back in the day, I used to pick up people in the van, take them to go pass out flyers because People used to always have excuses. Oh, I can't make it to work today. I don't got a ride. Well, I broke the stick. I'll pick you up like the church bus on Sunday. If you want to work, I'll find out if you want to work or not. This guy right here, he said he wanted to work. I thought he was bluffing. He didn't even have no shoes. But he got out there and did it and didn't complain. I didn't believe it. I had to take a picture. So, how many of you would go walk for 4 hours barefooted in 110 degrees? That's what I thought. Yeah, sometimes you got to do what you don't want to do so you can do what you want to do. What we do every day, passing out flyers, it's real people, it's real work. But it's not what we do, it's how we do it. We do it systematically, strategically. And this is what it looks like. Every day, day in, day out, passing out flyers. As a matter of fact, I hand out neon green safety vests, bags just like that to go with the safety vest for them to walk so they're highly visible so that they don't scare people and so the police don't come. I already mentioned this, but it says learn from your mistakes. But it also says stay humble. Sometimes we make a mistake and we don't want nobody to know that we're wrong. That's the ego. It's okay to be wrong, and it's okay to say sorry and learn from your mistake and turn it into a lesson. Don't play this job cheap. I don't know how much you guys are making. The mayor mentioned it. She said, what, $3.10 an hour? I was making $3.35 an hour when I was in the YESS Plus program. And that's before taxes, Social Security, and unemployment, and whatever else they can take out of it. But don't play the job cheap, because right now you're planting seeds. And you might not have the tree grow up right now. You might not get your reward right now, but you will get it. So just plant good seeds so you can eat the fruit when it comes. When people come to me, I give them everything they need to work. We pass out flyers door to door. I don't want no excuses, so I give them flyers, map, GPS device, safety vest, name badge, and water. There's nothing else you need to do. I give them everything. All you got to do is show up and work. And that's what they gave you. They gave you an opportunity, and all you got to do is show up and work. Read, learn, and study. I made this business up 20 years ago, and I hadn't read a book in 20 years. I took it as far as I could go for 9 years. And then I humbled myself because I didn't like reading, and I had to start reading books without pictures. One day I pulled up in Fresno. We were doing a 40,000 piece campaign. I had 20 people standing in front of me. Everybody, I gave them the speech, gave them the training and orientation. And one guy, he said, hey, if you're paying all of us that much, how much are you making? It says the person who knows more usually earns more. That's why you might want to go home and do number C and read up on your position and find out about it and learn as much as you can so you can make more money, so you can add value to yourself, and so you can bring value to the city, your employer, or whoever else you're contributing to. If you don't like it, fake it. Nobody else got to know. I was nervous when I came up here, but nobody knew except for my wife because I faked it. So fake it until you make it. Attitude is everything, and control your mindset. When you're picking up and putting down, push and pull, you don't like it, just say, wait a minute. You know what? It could be worse. I could be pulling weeds on my knees, or I could be in jail working for 10 cents an hour. See, it always can be worse. So whenever you're doing something you don't like and you got to keep doing it, just tell yourself it could be worse and try and have a good attitude about it. and give thanks. I heard them say some numbers up here. It's 106 students, 1,400 people applied last time. You guys are lucky, blessed, fortunate, and on the receiving end of a great opportunity. So be thankful. Give thanks to whoever's helping you. Give thanks to God. Give thanks to your supervisors. Have a cheerful attitude about it and be grateful, because it's like 900 minimum more people that could have been here in your place, but they chose you. So make the best of it. It says the future doesn't wait. Nothing is as it seems. So people hear me, they say, oh, you pass out flyers. Yeah, but we don't just pass out flyers. We pass out everything. We don't just pass out flyers for businesses. Right here in this picture, we passed out flyers for robots. Those are robots sitting on the ground. That's why I was taking the picture. That's my corny smile. But yeah, them are robots. We would pass out flyers for the robots, put the flyer on the door, the homeowner get the flyer, download the app, order some groceries, and the robots would be sitting at the park waiting. And then when the people order the groceries, they go to the store, pick up the groceries, and then go to the people's house. That's what we did in Modesto. We did all of Modesto and half of San Jose, but with flyers. So sometimes what you're doing can take you somewhere else, but you don't think it can right now because you don't see the potential. But you gotta just be positive, and then you can reach the potential. But if you got a negative attitude about it again, you might not reach it. Or you might reach it eventually. You just have to do like I did. Go the wrong way for 20 years, 10 turn around, make a U-turn, and go back the other way. But at least I'm here, I made it. Like I said, we don't just pass out flyers. We pass out everything. Flags, garbage bags. I mean, whatever they pay us to pass out, we passing it out. Candy, we passed out candy, walnuts. You never know where this opportunity will take you. And I'm gonna end with this Chinese proverb. A tree grows high, it grows tall, but all the leaves, when they fall off the tree, they fall back down to the roots. This is your roots. Plant good seeds, keep your head up, positive attitude, and don't stop. That's it, you guys. Thank you. That's my time.
Wow, those are definitely words of wisdom. I hope you guys, even if you just take one thing, Mr. Starks, thank you so much for your inspiring story and for your motivation. Everyone, do me a favor. Everybody has a notebook inside your backpack. I want you guys to pull out that notebook. Mr. Starks, he gave so many words of wisdom. And while it's still fresh in your mind, I want you guys to write down just one thing. If there's more, then write it down. Write down one thing from Mr. Starks, his speech, something that really resonated with you. He said a lot, just a lot of great words of wisdom, but just write down something. I know something had to stick. So once again, I want you guys to please give Mr. Starks a round of applause. That was so inspirational. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it. So we are going to conclude this. This is the end of our kickoff ceremony. We just wanted to extend just thank you to all of the speakers, from the city manager, the mayor, Josh from California Volunteers, Thank you, Grant, also. I do want to congratulate you guys all. This is the end of our kickoff ceremony, and thank you guys. We thank the guests for attending, parents, friends, family, staff members, and our wonderful speakers again. And I would like you guys to give them all another round of applause for being here and taking time out of their busy day to celebrate you and to speak some inspiration into you.